Hello, this is Erin with the Joy in Pens and Paper, and we're going to go through my weekly recap. Just a heads up, there were some moments that were a doozy that I am still processing and trying to figure out why. So I will be as discreet as I need to be, but yeah, there were some things. All right, so opening up to my weekly journaling. So I'd used an Esterbrook Petrified Forest inked up with Sailor 50 States, Massachusetts for the main part of my journaling. And the accents were written with Ferris Wheel Press Workshop Wishes on, my drink I am sipping on electrolytes, because I realized I haven't drank water today and it's almost 8 o'clock at night, and so I would like to get some electrolytes in me so I'm set up for success tomorrow. All right, so Monday I had my annual physical. My doctor told me that I am in really good health, especially compared to last year, where I was on the verge of tears the entire appointment while he was encouraging me to consider medication, and I pushed back, and about 3 weeks later called his office and said, go ahead and fill that script. So so it was good to hear that I did really well with my annual physical. I also on Monday had some extra time before I needed to go to work because I took a half sick day. So I literally had about 2 hours after my appointment before I needed to be at work. So I picked up a boy that I had been working with DCF and about bringing into my home. And when I reached out to DCF, I just asked, can I go visit him at school? He's struggling. Can I go visit? And they texted me back and said, I let the school know you're going to pick him up. So I took him out to Muffin House. We had breakfast. We caught up. It was wonderful. I was able to email DCF after and share some of the things that he had shared with me that he's struggling with so that the DCF worker could help advocate for him. So it was a really great day. And then later that afternoon, I attended my first Job Alike group, which I was really excited to be part of. And then I went into Brighton that night and saw Rollerball. Oh, and I hit 1,000 subscribers, bearing the lead there. That was kind of the big thing. So Monday was just wonderful. All joy, all the happiness, all the good feels. Tuesday, another excellent day. I did my Facebook Live to celebrate 1,000 subscribers, and I had so many wonderful viewers participate. I was shown so much genuine appreciation and support that it made me very happy, almost to the point of tears. And so if you were there for that live planning, thank you so much. I really appreciate you. I also did some Halloween decorating, which love that. My husband and I had a champagne and cigar on the deck to celebrate my 1,000 subscribers. And then the really cool thing on Tuesday is we had booked our flights to Greece, and my husband showed me an email that he received that apparently we qualified for some promotion for 2 free nights hotel in Athens. And of course, one would think that that's a scam. So I called the number that was listed in the email and spoke to people. So it's likely that it's not a spam, but then kind of spoiler alert, I followed up with my husband about it today. He forwarded the email to our travel agent, who said it is legit. It's not the nicest of hotels, but it is 2 free nights in Athens. So that's a big savings. Then on Wednesday I used a Noveler Nautilus Voyager Tromso, which is inked up with Sailor 50 States, New Hampshire, and the accent is done with Birmingham Pen Company Blast Furnace, which is a nice black color with some gray shading. So on Wednesday during dinner, my son kind of opened up and shared that he felt left out, that he didn't get to participate in the 1,000 subscriber celebration. So I asked him what he wanted to do. He said Dairy Queen, and turns out he had a gift card. So he actually treated me to Dairy Queen, which is very nice. I had a couple weeks ago, I think I talked about this, that my son went to a birthday party and got his hair pulled and got called a name, and the mother who was hosting the birthday party didn't hear or see anything, but said that she would follow up. And weirdly, this was 2 weeks later, maybe a week and a half later, but still got a phone call from the parent of the boy who let's just say touched my son's hair. He says he didn't pull. He did say he touched his hair. He also said he didn't call a name. But he also said all the boys were ragging on each other. So whatever. But I talked to the parent. It was a lovely phone call. I was just a little thrown off that it was still being talked about, because from my perspective, it had been handled. But I also was encouraged because her son, what I guess was receiving text messages from some of the other boys telling him he needed to make it right with my son, and asking why he would do that, and so on and so forth. So it made me realize my son does have some supportive friends on his side. So that's great. We also received our cord of wood delivery. So we have enough wood to go through probably 2 seasons. 2 winter seasons of weekly fires, so that's great. Thursday, this is where things get a little spicy. So let's talk about the good things. So on Thursday, I got together with one of my new colleagues for a drink and an appetizer after work, and that was really nice. And then my son had a night soccer game under the lights. They lost 1-2, but they almost tied in the last minute. One of his teammates had a breakaway and got a shot on goal, and he probably had the pressure get to him, so his kick went outside the goal, but it was a beautiful play nonetheless. And the boys just played really well. Now, the bad thing is my boss, who I did talk to on Monday. I called her Monday to ask permission to leave work a little bit early on Friday to pick up the boy that I saw on Monday from school, and she had given me permission, and I gave her a little background of what's going on there. So she approached me on Thursday, and the school that boy goes to, which by the way is the school I used to work at, called my new employer to report that I was there, as if to tattle on me for not being at work. And so her boss had received that phone call and obviously wasn't aware that I had taken a half sick day, because that's not how information gets tracked in a large district. And it planted a seed of doubt in my boss's boss, her mind, of why I was not where I was supposed to be. But because thankfully I had made that call on Monday, she had an awareness. And when I explained to her the situation, her follow-up question was, I don't understand. Why would they call us? And I said, because they're mean girls and they're petty. And that's really the only thing I can think of. And it just made my heart so sad that not only did they treat me so poorly as an employee, but when I'm trying to move on, they're contacting my new employer to tattle. And I can't fathom why they have that energy and all the things that they could be doing instead of doing that. My mind is blown. I'm sad. I'm angry. It's a couple days later. I'm still kind of not over it, but hopefully I will process this and, I'll work through it with my therapist. But yeah, so that was really frustrating. And then Friday, and I'm pretty sure I spelled accolades wrong. I think there's supposed to be 2 L's. Whoops. But Friday was the last day of the week. I found out that my little friend, the boy that I was going to pick up, had a rough day at school the day before, and so he was suspended, and I'm questioning whether or not the school is following due process, because based on the information I have from his caseworker, it's not being handled well. But I am worried that if I insert myself into the situation, it'll come off as retaliation for them calling my employer. So I don't really know how to handle it at this point. I'm taking a pause. I'm taking a breath. But again, my heart is very sad. So I'm going to put aside kind of the yucky stuff. So I went through my work day on Friday. It was a great day. I had a couple of things that I felt very productive with, and then a lot of good connections with students, which was a lot of fun. There was this little hot ticket middle school student that was insisting that I was in my 20s. And I said, "Oh, no, sweetheart. I am much older than that." And she was like, "What, 30s?" And I said, No. And she just looked at me absolutely disgusted. 40s? And I said, "Yep." But it was still flattering that she was insistent that I was in my 20s. But at the end of the day, I was updating the building-based team chair on a couple of student things, and she was able to share with me that she had received correspondence from an advocate who was present at a meeting I was in earlier that week, who had reached out to her personally to say, of all the people in that meeting, the only person who seemed to actually know the student and be prepared was myself. So that was really nice. And then the principal, who was in the office next door, popped in and said he could hear our conversation through the wall, and said that he had been receiving phone calls from parents speaking positively about me. So that was really encouraging, and I really liked that. When I got home from work, I immediately got onto the Peloton and joined my KED group, and we did a end of the week workout, which was epic. It was very tough. I was dripping in sweat, but it was absolutely worth it. And then my husband played basketball with some colleagues after work, and when he got home, he had stopped and picked up the Wine of the Month package from a local wine store to us. So we pay quarterly, and we do a few quarters a year. We probably do 3 out of the 4 quarters a year that we do this Wine of the Month club, which is really nice. The owners pick out the wine. They talk about their impressions of the tasting. They talk about what foods they paired it with. So it's just really cute and personalized. Yesterday, I was very much into kind of what I call a nesting phase. I just wanted to declutter and organize, and I had told my husband that on Friday, and I said, "Play your cards right, and I'm going to be on my cleaning game." So he let me do my thing. I was able to clean out 3 trash bags. We have a new trash service within the last couple of months, and they said they will not pick up any bags that don't fit in your bin, and we only have 1 trash bin. So 3 bags was about all I felt comfortable. But then I saw my neighbor later that day, who just got back from this epic, amazing trip that she went on with a friend of hers. And so I went over and we had coffee, and she showed me all the pictures, and she has a dumpster outside her house right now from a renovation that she's had going on. So she offered for me to place the bags in the dumpster so that I could stick on my role of decluttering. So I will probably take her up on that. And then we had sushi for dinner last night. I got to choose dinner because my husband's still in a celebratory mode for me, which I greatly appreciate. And then we watched Sixth Sense as a family. My son is really into scary movies right now, so we've been exposing him to scary movies, and I really wanted him to see Sixth Sense. It's more of a thriller than a scary movie, but it was still thought-provoking, and he seemed to enjoy it. And then today, I used, oh, and I can't remember, I didn't talk about this. This ink is Birmingham Pen Company Petrified Forest, which I kind of want to quickly go back and see if I can find. Sorry for the flipping. I think nope, that's Australis oak. Where is, I just did a flip through of all of the inks that, there it is, Petrified Forest. So this is Petrified Forest right here with a Narwhal Nautilus fine nib, which writes like a Western fine, or a little bit wetter. And then this is that same ink with a Sailor Pro Gear Slim medium fine. So actually I've been wanting to look at this side by side. It is actually the same color. For whatever reason, I was thinking that these were two different colors. But it is really fascinating how this, you can really see some of the shading that's in there. You don't get to see it so much in this. So then today I used Ferris Wheel Press Workshop Wishes for the body, and for the accents I again used Birmingham Pen Company Blast Furnace. And so today was really a low-key day. I didn't get that nesting push that I was hoping to get, so I did not do any of the decluttering and cleaning. Maybe tomorrow. Excuse me. And I did do a nice outdoor run. I got close to 4 miles. I'm hoping to be able to bridge that 4-mile goal very soon, because I've been sticking in the 3-mile land for a while. So maybe even tomorrow I'll have to check out the weather. And a lot of it is because I am worried that I am going to have to poop. Sorry, TMI, but that's just the reality. I have not had a consistent diet, so nothing else is consistent. So I've got to also tighten up my diet a little bit. My husband and I did go to a local winery called La Cantina, and we each had a glass of wine, and they had not a food truck, but this, what is the word I am looking for? They had a business owner there that was doing charcuterie boxes, and it was a way of advertising their business, where they will build charcuterie boards for you for whatever event you're having. So we split a medium box, which I am pretty sure that medium box was like $20, and that was silly, but they didn't have the prices listed. And I say $20 because my glass of wine was $12, my husband's was $14, and the bill was $62. And I can't do math right now, so actually it might have been $30. It was stupid priced. I wish I had known that. I would not have gotten it. Anyway, we got home and I took a nap, and then we just finished up dinner, and we were hoping to watch a movie, but we couldn't find any of the movies that we had wanted to watch on a streaming service. And by the time that we were close, it was getting too late. And so my son said, you know what? I just want to do my snug with mom and wrap up my day. So I'm sneaking this in before doing my snug with Aiden. All right. So then that takes us to the weekly. Now, while I was doing my decluttering and organizing, I came across when I was doing my cloth and paper subscription, this was one of the things that I received in that subscription box. Sorry, let me just find, there we go. So here's some dot stickers. This color is called Moscow, and this is from years ago, so I don't even know if Cloth and Paper still has these, but they have dot stickers. They have hexagon stickers, square stickers, drop stickers, which I tend to flip and use as geotags, but they're drop stickers. These are tape stickers. So it's kind of like a washi tape, and it would be a little too wide for a Hobonichi, but I could certainly trim it down. And corner stickers, so little triangles. And I thought the color matched my ink really well this week, so I figured I would take out these shapes and perhaps use a couple throughout my week. And I also have these that I pulled out and prepared. So first and foremost, my little yelling guy, this is gonna go on Thursday for how upset I was. I thought that was fitting. Now, going back on Monday, I had my annual physical, so I'm gonna put this little doctor emoji. I don't go to the doctors often, knock on wood, but I figured it should go there. And then this little music emoji for the concert on Monday. And I am going to jump around. I apologize. But on Saturday, I actually made myself some avocado toast. And on Thursday, I went to Target. I rarely go into stores, but I went to Target. My men needed some toothpaste and body wash and deodorant and all of that. Friday, stopped at the coffee shop. I actually went there myself because I needed to be in work a little bit early for a training that I was participating in. And so, and the trainer, my colleague, her daughter was going to be at a different school in the district. So she asked if my husband could pick her daughter up to bring her to the middle school with Aiden. So I picked up the coffees. And when they got there, I brought the coffees out and got white hot chocolate for my son. I did offer to get that for my colleague's daughter, but she does not like hot chocolate, which is interesting. I did an outdoor run today, so I'm going to mark that right there. Let's see, I had wanted to put this little guy here because I did get a good amount of paperwork things done on Tuesday, which was wonderful. I'm going to put this celebration here because of going to Dairy Queen with my son. And that might end up being it, but you know what I want to do is I did want to pull in some of these. I'm going to put a dot here, and I'll put one of the foiled stars on top. And then I'll put a dot here, and again put one of the foiled stars on top. And I guess let me put this little pin here. And I always have these these hump day stickers I never use, so I'm just going to put that right up here on Wednesday. Okay, that'll be it. My pen of the week for next week is Esterbrook SD Petrified Forest. And I'm going to sneak in a quick little pen review. So I did have a viewer reach out to me and ask me if I could purchase this pen and do a review. Now I'm a little nervous to do a full review because it's not a fountain pen, and I think I might have viewers jump ship if I start bringing in non-fountain pens. But we'll see. So this I ordered on Amazon. It was actually on sale. It's a Cross Bailey Light Gel Rollerball pen. And this one came, I selected one that had the silver accents, but they also do have this in gold, which I really did consider. However, just being transparent, this was cheaper, so I went with this. It is a snap cap, and I had my husband hold this and actually before I did, he unboxed it before I did. And so he snapped off the cap a few times, and then I took it out of the box. He had put it back in here. I took it out. And when I snapped open the cap, the protector wax or material that's right there popped right off, which was really interesting. I've never seen that happen before. But it has a cap. You can post it. This is what it would be like in my hand posted. Here's unposted. I could go either way. The inside, it has a spring to it. So right here, there's a spring. It is a 0.5 millimeter. And if you were to get the refill, you'd look for 0122. And again, by the brand Cross. So when you're putting the body back on, you do have to put some pressure for that spring. And let me just do a little writing sample. So it does have a nice fine tip. This is actually, if I were to use a non-fountain pen, this is the size of line width that I would like. So I actually am excited to have this. I will be bringing this into work and using this on the daily, and I will also see how difficult it is to get the ink refills, because this might become a work daily writer for me. So yeah, there is that. All right, so with that, I'm gonna wrap up this video. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful week. Bye.